Right. Thank you so much for joining us once again. It's another episode of Hashtag Listen. It's called Season 6. I'm Lincoln. I've got another exciting guest with me. We are hosted at Eden Establishment, and it's always nice to have you as listeners and viewers with us. So, we're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it interesting in terms of intro and all of that nice goodies. We want to talk to the guest. We want to hear what the guests are saying. So, goeiemiddag. Goeie nag, goeie dag, waar ook al jy is in Suid-Afrika of die res van die wêreld. And say if you're baie dankie dat jy saam met ons kuier and it's always nice. So let's dig into our conversation for this episode. Let's have it with Mr. Orishan White. Ora, soos die man bekend is en bekend staan. Hoe gaan dit vandag met bro?
Goed, dankie self.
Nee man, ek dink ons het genoeg tyd in die segment om te sê hoe gaan dit regtig saam met my nie.
Ja, dis hoekom ek so kort het.
Sê, dit gaan goed met ons. Right. Orishan White is wat die mense jou ken, Ora wel onbekend, vir die wat jou ken. But praat gou vir ons, sê vir die mense wat nie ken nie. Wie's Orishan, waar vanaf kom hy en mense ken jou maar meer in die musiekbedryf. Maar gee vir ons so 'n klein agtergrondstorietjie.
Ja, wel, ja, Orishan White is die naam. Baie mense ken my in die musiekindustrie as 'n gedeeltes ken my as 'n bass player, 'n paar ken my as 'n drummer, maar 'n paar ken my, meestal ken my as 'n keyboard player.
Ja.
So ja, oor die jare, ja, dis maar waar ek meestal established het.
Ja.
Music shop gehad, music shop gewerk, alles rondom music.
Ja.
Music studio begin werk,
Nice.
so alles rond net.
Alles rondom musiek. Ons raak groot en we have different beliefs and passions and dreams and klomp goeters, maar you decided on music. Hoekom musiek?
There's this thing, man. It's not like you choose music.
Yeah.
Music chooses you.
Okay.
It's like there's a lot of people that don't have a music background, but then then there's this one person in this whole family
Yeah.
that excels in music.
Wow.
And then there's a lot they've got a family with background of music, and then at some generation it just stops.
Yeah.
So I think music chooses you. It's not that
Okay.
you choose music.
Wow.
You can decide on anything which you want to do, but eventually music will choose you.
Music chooses you.
I think it's that way around.
Nou praat met ons vandag, Ora, and I think people miss this one. En is belangrik wat jy daar noem, at some point you just stop, jy raak moeg, jy raak oor dat jy soek dit net nie weer nie.
Yes.
You've been in the industry. You nog gemention van studio na winkel, na kerk, you name it. Raak jy nie moeg nie?
No, surprisingly not.
Yeah,
it's if there's a passion that grows to it, because it chooses you, that's our passion.
Yeah.
So en dan kry jy die ouens wat moeg raak is die ouens wat dit, let's say they choose it as a job.
Yeah.
So daai die ouens wat moeg raak. And then there's also like a lifestyle attached to music that people like. There's a stigma that some people chase that.
Yeah.
And then at some point you just get tired. But if music chooses you, I don't think there's this bug inside you can't sit still. Yeah.
Alright. Nou kom ons praat gou oor kerk, musiek, werk en what we call the circular world or secular world. And everything that goes along with that. Nou jy perform, jy skryf, jy doen allerlei goeters.
Yes.
Praat vinnig met ons oor kerk en musiek. Ek gaan 'n paar we'll talk about a few things when we talk about kerk en musiek en allerlei goeters. Hoe groot rol speel die kerk of die musiek in 'n kerk of in die kerk in sy totaliteit?
Ja, kyk, they say worship is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So normally music we use during praise and worship and to create an atmosphere.
Yeah.
Satan, before he became Satan, he was Lucifer. And
Yeah.
he was almost like the god of music.
Yeah.
He was responsible for all worship music. So it has a tremendous influence in the church. Okay?
Yeah.
But it's not the hoe sê hulle nou the beginning and the end. It's not the is all that ends all.
Yeah.
But I story. is nie daai hele dingie because van you can always met jou stem kan jy altyd groot genoeg geraas maak if it's pure.
Yeah.
That's nou in die kerk in die kerksens.
Yeah.
But I believe that jy het 'n contribution, a huge contribution just to make it easier, om nader te bring. Dis glo ek nou maar music het daai effect when it comes to church.
Nice. Nou ons praat nou van musiek in die kerk en natuurlik is daar besigheid kant van musiek ook. Kom ons praat oor besigheid en musiek.
Besigheid en musiek. Kyk in die secular wêreld, dit is anders nou. Even in die Bybel sê hulle die arbeider is sy loon werd.
Ja.
So die business side van music is baie tricky.
Ja.
Because jy as 'n individual, jy's 'n product.
Ja.
And the next person is a product.
Ja.
So soos jy na 'n car dealership toe gaan en jy loop soek en jy sê nou right, jy kry mens ouens wat brand conscious, ek wil met Mercedes ry, of ek wil met BMW ry. Dis jy as persoon in die business sense, because people hulle gaan vir jou boek en dan maak nie saak wat jy vra nie, hulle gaan jou betaal dit wat jy vra because van hulle glo in jou brand of in dit wat jy produce. En dan kry jy nou ander wat nou nie, as jy nie die Mercedes kan kry, dan gaan jy maar die Golf vat.
Ja.
So business side is baie tricky.
Ja.
Because when whatever you charge, you should deliver op dit wat jy charge.
Okay.
Dit kan so vir jou sê.
All right. It's interesting what you done, Oran, and I like, the points that you're touching on, and it brings me to the following question. Pricing and brand establishment, and as a kunstenaar, as an artist, how do you draw that line? I want to establish my brand. I want to establish me as Orange and White, irrespective of the instrument. As a musician, let's call you a musician. But I don't want to undervalue myself or undersell myself. Hoe kom jy daar? Like, where do you get to that point where you're like, ek dink dit is 'n bietjie moeilik.
That's knowing your worth.
Yeah.
That's bottom line, knowing your worth.
Yeah.
Don't settle for less than you know what you're gonna bring to the product.
Nice.
To the production.
Yeah.
Because in studio, when I used to work in studio, people bring me like a page full of lyrics.
Yeah.
Then they say it's a song. I tell them, no, it's a poem.
Yeah.
I must turn it into a song.
Yeah.
And that's why you brought it to me.
Yeah.
So and depending on where that song hits, on wherever, on the radio or wherever you choose, or how popular it's going to be outside, that's the brand that you're pushing, you see. So.
Nice. But talk to us in terms of, and quickly I want to stop on this one, and I think it's a bit of advice for listeners out there and for viewers out there. You want to be booked. You want to be that guy. You want to be performing. You want to be known. You will be bekend. But people say they cannot afford you. How do you have that conversation?
Well, that is entirely determined on a relationship basis.
Yeah.
So if we've got a good relationship, or we can go, we can walk like a pad saam.
Yeah.
And then you can compromise. Dan begin jy nou sê, okay, right, kykie, we've got, this is not the last one, so let's see if we can do something like that and just cut and use some sandpaper and take VAT out of some of the pricing that we need to.
It's interessant that you know, because a lot of times we find that musicians lose gigs, if you want to call it that, because of pricing. It's not because you're not good.
Yes.
It's just because of people feel, I'm overcharging you, or you're too expensive. And it brings me to that important point that you mentioned, know your worth.
Yes.
Ek dink dit is baie belangrik.
Ja.
Vir mense om te sê know your worth. Maar jy praat van songwriting, producing en allerlei tipe van goeders. Wat is die proses? Generally, do you have a structured process wat jy volg? Begin jy soos jy sê met lirieke, begin 'n ou met 'n melody in sy kop, Begin nou en sê kom ons sit gou almal saam en ons doen 'n jam session en iets kom op. Is dit 'n bietjie van alles? Is dit een van alles? Praat met ons oor 'n songwriting proses, song development, song publishing. Vat ons gou die stappe vir die wat dit nie ken nie.
Nou, kyk as die publishing en goed kom ons maar na die
Yes.
song alreeds uit is, maar van scratch af, dit kan 'n melody is in jou kop en wat net jy altyd net hamer op jou en jy tot jy besluit, kom ek sit dit net eens neer.
Ja.
En dan daar's daar nog niks lyrics nie.
Yes.
En dan eventually met tyd gaan die lyrics self kom.
Ja.
Dit meet net op met mekaar en dan
Ja.
en dan begin jy nou as jy die lyrics kom sê mostly we start with a chorus.
Ja.
We try to get a catchy chorus
Yeah.
that's easy to listen to and easy to follow.
Yeah.
So that when as you know if you listen to the song twice, of die eerste chorus, tweede chorus,
Yeah.
die tyd as die song klaar is, dan moet jy al kan sê is 'n nice song.
Ja.
Hy hoekom soms songs begin met hulle se chorus.
Ja.
And then begin hulle verse and then they go chorus, verse, chorus like that. But mostly a lot of people start with a chorus.
Ja.
And then they just build it from there. A lot of people gaan nou miskien deur 'n ding gaan, but that's the best place to write a song is if you write from personal experience.
Wow.
Yeah, so because you're telling a story, if your song has a story to tell, people will love it. But as you know net van niks praat jy, dan gaan niks van die song kom nie.
It's nice dat jy dit noem because mense moet dit seker nou nie so sê nie, maar baie van die musiek wat nou is ek dink jy het baie stories nie.
Ja.
Maar dit is catchy en dit is commercially viable en dit is 'n sukses. Is daar rede vir dit of is dit maar net? Coming from the industry.
Kyk, if as ons vat die song wat commercially goed doen, maar hy vertel ietsie, dit is doef. So
Ja.
dit gaan oor die net oor die kick drum wat net vir jou wat die vibe create.
Yes.
But if you want deeper meaning to your song
Ja.
en jy soek die song wat met mense kan relate, dan
Ja.
moet jy 'n storie kan vertel. So most of us hardloop nou maar eers vir die doef.
Ja.
so
En ons is happy.
en ons is happy. Al doen dit niks aan jou nie,
Ja.
maar ons hardloop net vir die
En dis waar die geld is.
dis waar die geld is, ja.
Okay. Nou, and then it bring me nou by die punt on. It's something I think people out there saying, but there's money in music, but there's also not money, depending on the type of music you make.
Ja, ek het nou al 'n klomp genres al gecross.
Yeah.
But it depends, elke genre het sy season,
Yes.
nee, because ek het al house songs geskryf en gerelease met vriende van my. Ek het al gospel songs gerelease met vriende van my. Ek het een van ons songs het derde gekom in een van die Afrikaanse top chart en dis 'n mooi song en toe raak dit net daar so klaar. Ek het nou al Afrikaans gedoen. Ek het al allemaal piano ook getry. Recently, ons is nou besig in fact met is 'n nice tune.
Ja.
Ons het hip-hop getry.
Nice.
But it depends op wie se ore hy val en in hy seasoning.
Ja.
Van daai, soos kom ek sê vir jou 4, 5 jaar so voor COVID was die Pinkster.
Ja.
Was dit nie so popular soos dit nou was nie. Daar was 'n tyd dus gospel music, gospel concerts en gospel music stil.
Ja.
En ja, toe speel ons ek het vir 10 jaar amper nooit 'n gospel concert gespeel.
Wow.
En van 2019 af, na die COVID begin ons nou toe begin die gospel weer optel, maar vir daai tyd was daar niks.
Okay. Jy noem iets. Pinkster. Ons gaan vinnig op praat. Pinkster en Pinkstermusiek. Wat is Pinkstermusiek? Ek weet dis miskien 'n moeilike vraag vir jou. Maar hoe define ons dit? As ons dit kan define.
Kyk, ons sal kom ons sê Pinkster, ons noem dit kom ons sê maar as die Afrikaans.
Ja.
Die diep Afrikaanse met hulle noem ons nuwe klokkies en
pertjies vir daardie
klop, ja, so. Daai diep gegrond het wat ons sit daai onder die Pinkster umbrella of so half and half. But then you get like charismatic gospel.
Ja.
Wat mos nou die ander kant is, mos dit nou die Pinkster mense sê ons die ouens wat die vensters was.
Ja.
Ja, so
Okay.
is nou daai tipe.
Okay.
Ek kry daai kant ook so.
Ja.
Maar to each his own, ja.
Okay. Maar kan ons dit define as dis die klank? Dis 'n handeklap, dis 'n gejubel en juig musiek. Dis die tipe musiek wat Pinkster is. Of sit ons dit onder 'n sambreeltjie soos jy dit nou genoem het en sê onder dit is daar verskillende tipes Pinkster musiek.
Hulle het hom so geklassifiseer, hulle het hom so kom define, ja.
Okay.
Niks wat ek nog gaan sê van 'n change, but ja.
Ja.
Daai
Dis waar hy nou is.
Daai is waar hy nou is, ja, because van opgegroei toe my een vriend was die Engelse kerk en ek was mos nou Pinkster, PPK, Pinkster Protestante kerk. En in skool daar sê hulle vir my jy gaan ons daar by die ander klap kerk.
Ja.
So dis maar ons is, dis waar ons is.
Kom ons praat musiek. Ons praat die hele tyd nog musiek en alles rondom musiek. Geld. Dink mense sê musikante maak nie geld nie. Daar's 'n ou wat luister. Hallo, daar's 'n ou wat kyk. There's a meisie wat sit, there's a dame. They're listening to this, they're thinking, should we, shouldn't we? Is there money? Will I survive? Will I be able to do this? Will I be able to do that? What are we saying to those individuals out there that can I make a life and a living out of this?
That's a quite question. But I believe you can. And soos ek sê, daar's 'n stigma rondom 'n musician.
Yeah.
Whereas most of them, they don't see it as a job.
Yeah.
It's like a side hustle.
Okay.
Some van ons we don't take responsibility for the money we get at the end of the day. So in with making a living from it.
Yeah.
Ek doen dit al vir 'n paar jaar en al. So I tend to think that I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are more avenues than just playing.
Yeah.
So, maar die ouens het die ding van let me say across the board, daar's 'n klomp goed wat gebeur. Baie van die ouens speel die geld en then is party. Dis mos nou die music stem.
Yeah.
So after the gig was party en ons gaan te kere daai. But daar is as jy responsible genoeg is, dan kan 'n living maak uit dit.
Wow, nice. So vir ou by die huis, in die kar, in die werk, in die flight, wherever you are, thank you so much for choosing #listen. Talk to us about making that living. You know, there's someone out there who's saying, I want to make a living out of this. I want to pursue this. I want to do this. I see people doing it. I want to be a part of it. What is it that we're saying to that person out there? Wat sê ons vir daai jong man, vir daai middle-aged guy, vir daai ou toppie, whoever it is, what are we saying to that person out there?
Well, if you're gonna wanna do it, then you moet baie hard op jou tande hê.
Yeah.
First, any job moet jy baie hard op jou tande hê. Jy moet kan, because you work with a lot of different people, different personalities. What your job is basically be available and give the artist, give the person that booked you. If you are the artist, dan weet jy wat jy wil hê.
Yeah.
But if you are not the artist and you're working with someone, that person, do what that person is asking you, because it's their vision. So if you support their vision, don't come with your own vision. But if you support their vision, work is always going to be
nice.
There's always going to be work for you.
Okay.
So just support the person that booked you, and you're always going to have work.
All right. Vinnig enetjie. En ek dink ons het baie oor te praat, but I want to streamline the conversation. Now you have your own visions and your artistic brand and your this and that, but you are collaborating with someone, you're in a partnership, julle gaan saamwerk. Hoe moeilik is dit om daai balance te kry where you say kom ek sit vir my bietjie agter. and push this brand, push this vision, push this idea, and just support. Praat met ons oor hy balance.
Well, it's basically, it's easy because the person booking you, they know who they're booking.
Yeah.
They know what to expect when they book, but they know that they want what you can produce. So when you come in, you just tell them, listen, or you ask them,
Yeah.
what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And amper 90% van cases is like, just be you.
Yeah.
I booked you because I want you. I want what you can. I want your signature on
Yeah.
my brand. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's basically a handshake.
Handshake.
Yeah.
Partnership. Ora, as baie bass players, as baie goeie drummers, as baie goeie pianists, goeie keyboard players. Hoe maak jy seker jy staan uit? Nie net jy as jouself nie, maar wat sê jy ook vir iemand daar buite? Like, how do you ensure that you stay relevant and you stand out? Sê nie, jy's 10 keer beter as die ander. In some instances, there are people that's better than others. It's a given, you know. It's a competitive world that we live in. Maar vir iemand daar buite to say, I want to differentiate myself, you included. Wat sê ons? Wat doen ons?
In this case, it's a matter of the person.
Yeah.
Like I've got the same way I say, talent will get you into the room.
Yeah.
But character will determine how long you stay in the room.
Nice.
So I've had this over the years where we've got a lot of guys from outside of Kimberley.
Yeah.
I'm Kimberley born and bred, so we've got a lot of guys from outside of Kimberley. I've been working with a lot of these people that's from Kimberley.
Yeah.
But now, a nieuwe besem vir skoon. So there's a new guy coming in, new talent is in the room.
Yeah.
So they don't phone you anymore now.
Yeah.
So then like 2 gigs later they phone you.
Yeah.
Bro, I want you.
Yeah.
Ja, maar
Maar as jy nie
dat is
probeer
also
so-
right,
ja.
but is wat gaat dan nee, ja, dit gaan nie werk nie. So character will determine how long wat dis wat jou uit laat staan. So you don't have to be the best.
Yeah.
Just deliver on time and be a good person,
Yeah.
people's person. So
Nice.
if they want to talk to you, yeah, let them talk to you.
Nice. Praat gou met ons. Marison, die kerk, besigheid, familie,
Yeah.
gigs. We in the space. Ons ken is vroeg uit, bakkie lei, trok lei, môreoggend 3 uur in die huis kom. You know, if you're in a commercial gig. Hoe balance? Is daar balance? Moet 'n mens balance? Wat kom eerste? Wat is belangrik? En ek dink die general question is, hoe vat jy dit alles saam?
Well, in ons case is it family first. And then the church. It was God first, family, then the church.
Yeah.
So in most cases we've had die pad is gevaarlik.
Yeah.
Pad is dangerous.
Yeah.
So if it's not animals and it's
Yeah.
dronk ouens op die pad, so die pad is dangerous.
Yeah.
So we've had cases where we say, listen, the church will always get a new keyboard player tomorrow. So I told us one guy, hulle gaan 'n keyboard player kry om by jou dienste te speel wat
Yeah.
vir die week gaan wees.
Yes.
So rather set one out,
Yeah.
one service out, and let's get to our families first. Your family can't replace you,
Yeah.
but whoever outside of your family, they can replace you. You are somebody's son, you're somebody's husband,
Yeah.
somebody's father, somebody's brother. Because those people can't replace you. But let's say to the church will always get somebody else.
Yeah.
To replace
Yeah.
or to fill the gap, not to replace you, but to fill the gap that you've been filling. So I think that's where the balance is.
Yeah.
Be responsible.
Yeah.
Make responsible choices
Yeah.
for the road. Because most of us get paid on a Sunday morning for
Yeah.
our services. So now most of us rush. Ja, ek het eendag Saterdagmiddag 12 uur Joburg toe gery
Yeah.
en 12 uur die aand terug Kimberley toe gery.
Yeah.
Kon nie meer oopbou in die kerk. Maar but that was because I was with people who in my case that's not responsible.
Yeah.
You see, want jy het baie min geslaap. Dus uit die funeral uit die 12 uur, on die bus, weg, terugkom, speel die gig, kom terug en jy sien nou weer 6 uur by die huis, which daar kon baie goed gebeur het.
Ja, so. Oor ons praat en ons het baie goed om oor te praat, maar ons gaan nie vandag oor praat nie. Daar's iemand wat luister, daar's iemand wat sit, daar's iemand wat sê, right, ek het die hele conversation gehoor en jy sê op jouself, ons het die hele conversation gehad. Wat wil jy by iemand los vandag met hierdie gesels, you know? To say, take this away from my journey, from where I'm going, where I am, where maybe someone wants to go and someone looks up to you. Wat is daai ding wat jy vir iemand sê? In all of this, vat die weg.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Never doubt yourself, because if you don't believe in you, no one's going to believe in you. Explore music. Explore whatever avenue you want to do, you want to venture into.
Yeah.
Explore every possible stream that it has.
Yeah.
So that people don't label you as this person, but you can do a lot in the avenue that you want to explore. Yeah. So just don't doubt yourself, believe in yourself, and just do it, because if the worst enemy that we have is fear.
Yeah.
So if you push past it, then is jy al 90% daar so.
90% daar. Guys, daar het ons het Orishan White, musician of note. He is, as he's mentioned, various instruments. He plays them, composer, arranger, everything and anything in between that has to do with music. He forgot also to mention, and that's what I love about him. Very, very humble person, sound technician of note as well. And for those who don't know him, you've probably seen him on stage, and now you know, oh, that's Orishan that I saw on a stage somewhere, at a platform, at a concert, in church, at a funeral. You name it, that's Orishan White. So the takeaway, as you heard, be responsible, chase the dream, but do it in a responsible manner, and make sure that you believe in yourself and you don't doubt yourself. And whatever you do, do it to perfection or near perfection, as best as you could. And very, very important, family, God, and make sure that you are responsible. Mr. White, thank you so much for this episode and being part of season 6, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, man.
That's it, guys. Hope you're awesome. Stay awesome wherever you are, and take care of yourself. It's a wrap for this season. Love, peace, and happiness from myself, Lincoln Partners, and the team over at #Listen.
It's no worship song that says this: our God is awesome. He can move mountains. Keep me in the valley.